Uh-oh. I see a one Phil Spector on here. Hi guys, welcome to Lee Reacts. Hope everyone's having a good day. I know I am. And this is a request courtesy of our patron Laura A. And I kind of wanted to do this today on our, Beatles Sunday / Tuesday, whenever it comes out sort of thing. I just wanted to have a backup, Beatles adjacent song. She sent this request in a couple weeks ago. It's for Instant Karma, We All Shine On, and the funniest thing that I saw about this is that it was actually competing with the Beatles' Let It Be in the United States charts, and it became the first solo single by a member of the band to sell 1 million copies. And the album sleeve is pretty cool. It was released in February of 1970. It's on Apple Records too, so they broke up and then they all still were signed to the same record label. That's funny. It of course is written by John Lennon / Yoko, and it's produced by Phil Spector. That was the first thing I saw. I was like, Phil Spector, uh-oh, here we go. But I'm excited to check this out. Like I said, John is definitely my favorite of the Fab Four. I connect to him the most, at least. It's kind of hard to pick favorites sometimes, I know I do that a lot, but it's mostly it's mostly just organize things in my brain. That's just how my head works. I don't really mean to categorize one's worth over another. It's nothing like that. I just like organization in my brain, I guess. I'm OCD. But like I said, yeah, this is courtesy of Laura, and I appreciate you, Laura. Thank you for your support. Let's do this. And there's a video that goes along with it. It's the Ultimate Mix. It's got a video. It's Ultimate Mix 2020 Lennon Ono with Plastic Ono Band. So that is... There's been a lot of covers of this too. So it's George, Alan, Billy Preston. Oh, okay, this is good. All right, let's go. If y'all aren't subscribed, click that button right there. Leave a like too. It should be like right there. I'd really appreciate it. It helps the video out. All right, Instant Karma, We All Shine On by John Lennon. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Instant Karma's gonna get you. Gonna knock you right in the head.
This is a funny song to release right after the breakup.
You better get yourself together. Pretty soon you're gonna be dead. What in the world you thinking of? Laughing in the face of love. What on earth you trying to do? It's up to you. Yeah, you. Instant Karma's gonna get you.
She knitting.
Look you right in the face.
Yoko.
Better get yourself together, darling. Join the human race. How in the world you gonna see? Laughing at fools like me. Who on earth do you think you are? A superstar? Well, right you are. Where we all shine on. Like the moon and the stars and the sun. Where we all shine on. Everyone, come on. Instant Karma's gonna get you. Gonna knock you off your feet. Better recognize your brothers. Everyone you meet. Why in the world are we here?
He's got such a unique sounding kit. The head sound loose.
When you're everywhere, come and get your share. Where we all shine on. Like the moon and the stars and the sun. Yeah, we all shine on. Come on and on and on. Yeah, yeah. All right.
This video is trippy, bro. What the hell?
Well, we all shine on.
Oh, that fry.
Like the moon and the stars and the sun. Yeah, we all shine on. On and on and
Because that one guy blindfolded too. It looks like it. He's playing tambourine. What a fun little song too, man. It's short. It sucks. I'm very glad we have footage of this session. I think the one song we did maybe it's like a month or two ago now. It was the ultimate mix, and it was the the diss track at Paul. I think it was from the same session as this. I could be wrong though. There was an uncredited person on the tambourine. It doesn't even have his name. That sucks. I guess that was the other blindfolded guy. It's probably a friend of Yoko's, I'm guessing. All right, so John Lennon on lead vocals and piano. George Harrison on electric guitar. It says he does piano too and backing vocals. I always do it close. Close. It's not claws. It's close. Close. Claws. Oh, why am I so bad at this? I'm gonna see if it says his name. Close. I'm just gonna say K. Vorman. There you go. My mouth just won't let me say it. K. Vorman on the bass guitar and electric piano, backing vocals. Alan White on the drums. Why is everyone on piano? Piano, backing vocals. It also says Billy Preston on the Hammond organ, backing vocals. And then Mal Evans on the chimes, hand claps, and backing vocals. I didn't see Billy, I don't think. I don't know if that was the same exact people that recorded the single that performed in the video or in that session or whatever. I don't know exactly. But I think it's so funny that it's a Phil Spector produced thing, and I liked the way they sounded, but I didn't know if they fit the overall sound, like the way the drum sounded, the mix. They were kind of low, and it sounded kind of strange. I don't know what it was exactly that I didn't like about it, but that'd be my only gripe, I think. But other than that, man, that was really good. That felt like that could have been a Beatles track in a way, but at the same time not. Like there was a lot of that Lennon ferocity in there, that anger. It's like he's got a lot of angst. That's what I've realized. He and Neil Young were very similar, just in different aspects, I think, but just in the way that they had this like underlying way of putting things so bluntly and so plainly for people to understand that you can get meaning out of it. Anybody could by listening to the lyrics, but there's also layers to it. I think that's the way Neil operates as well with his lyrics, at least. And John is just a very intelligent, creative dude with a lot of angst. He really did. I don't know exactly why. I know he kind of had a rough upbringing, obviously. So that definitely could be a cause, but there could be a handful of factors that could have done that, but no matter what, if it feels like he channeled it, like I always talk about, that anger and all that, like that's the best way to get rid of it, because no matter what, it's going to be there for those people that had traumatic upbringings or any kind of thing like that. It's very important to find some kind of creative outlet or even a hobby to just put yourself in. And I think John probably found music and did that, and look what he became. He became a creative juggernaut that was sadly ripped away from us way too soon. And even through Phil Spector's interesting production, I love the piano from him here. The vocals, when that vocal fry would come out, and when that yell starts, man, it's just so good, man. I love his vocals so much. Like I thought I liked Paul's more. Like it just keeps changing every time I listen to him. I'm like, damn, I like this one more. Oh, I like that one more. I'm guessing that's how a lot of Beatles fans are now. That's how it's always been for you guys. You listen to one song one day and like, oh, that's my favorite, or I like this the most. And then the next day it's like, oh, I like this one more. Oh, this is my favorite. There's a lot of flip-flopping, and it's just because it's all so good. Even the solo stuff is good, This could have worked as a Beatles track, or it could have just worked like right here, like it's just a John Lennon track and a Plastic Ono Band. And I'm glad that he went off and, went his own way. You know, he carved his own path. Because once the the Beatles broke up, that's like I don't know. It's just like a disaster. It's for the art world of music, but it was probably the right time for them because it's always better to go out on top. That's why they're still talked about to this day, not only because of their musical ability, but they all walked away from the literally immortality. But that's what they already got almost, but they could have been made more money, been even bigger, blah blah blah. But they knew that was probably the best time to stop, because you always want to go out on top. You don't want to become what you hate and what you sang against or whatever. That's always that old adage of either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain, and that can be interpreted many ways. I feel like, and I think that's why not why they retired. They were obviously having internal friction for years, but it just didn't end up working out. But I think they went out on top. Absolutely. That's the like what even after like the White Album and all that, like it's what a way to go out. And I really like John. Like I keep saying, he's my favorite. And I feel like I connect with him the most. Having a traumatic upbringing, because I definitely did. And the way that he just kind of writes it out. He just writes those lyrics out and then writes those lines out, whatever he uses, whatever he's playing. He's just a musical genius. Like he really is. And he uses that inner turmoil so well. And I know that he's not a perfect dude, neither am I. And he just showed it through his music, how much of a good dude he was. And I'm not saying he wasn't a good dude in real life too, but he does you can just tell from his lyrics that he does care like about everybody, the whole world. He just wants everybody to get along and just move on with our lives, because I feel like there's so much strife between people, and like even on a macro scale with nations and such. Like everyone's just so aggressive, and I'm talking to myself too. Like I don't know why. I don't know exactly why that happens. And humans are very territorial, and we're just very oh, I'm better than you, blah blah blah. I try not to be like that. That's the ego talking. And the ego is one part of oneself, and it's never gonna unless you accidentally kill it somehow. But it's still gonna be a part of you no matter what. And we just have to learn to live with our darkness better. I think people are just becoming very in their own bubble, and like their reality is relative, and that's true. But it's coming down to like even moral and like high level stuff. It feels like that is just kind of on the fly. It feels like now for a lot of things, and it's felt like that for a while now. It's not any certain political leading kind of talk. It's just in general. It's just I feel like we've been unstable as a nation and as a people for a while now, and we haven't really talked about it because people are too afraid to talk about it. And they may talk about some things, but there's other things that we need to focus on, I feel like. And we're all very dependent on technology. I'm talking preaching to the choir. I'm talking to myself as well. And it's I don't know, man. We're conditioned already. It's crazy to think how conditioned we are by these apps and by these video services like the one we're using now. And I'll never not be thankful for this platform, but just for our mental health in general, I feel like sometimes it's better to just give it a break sometimes. This isn't like social media. That's like actual poison. But YouTube's different. It's still social, it's still media, but it's not like you have a profile that people go and look at pictures on, and all that stuff. It's not that. Obviously you can have videos like me, and you can start a channel and try to try your hand at it. And I got kind of lucky, man, I'm not gonna lie. And it's kind of courtesy of the Beatles, man. That's when like my pop happened with my channel, was that a day in the life video, and then I just continued on the Beatles journey, and here I am, right? And I loved it. And I love every second of it. And that was a great song. Obviously John's my favorite part of it. I wasn't a fan of Alan's drums, but I was a fan of Alan, the way he's playing. But the sound that Phil, I guess, did, I wasn't a fan of, to be honest. But the rest was great. It felt like more of like a piano kind of driven song, just like John does best, it feels like. And so does Paul, surprisingly. They both do piano songs so well. It's not Mind Games, right? Is it Mind Games? And then God and Mother was from like around this time. Oh, Watching the Wheels. Yeah, it was Watching the Wheels, and yeah. Huh. Mind Games and Watching the Wheels. And like I said, I'm always happy that that he got his time. with Yoko, those couple years at least before. I guess he heard that song we did by Paul and Wings the other day. He heard that on the radio, and I guess that inspired him to get back in the studio and record that one. Hmm. And you never know how fate's gonna turn out or anything like that, or it could have been different. If he never heard that song or whatever. But it's just how the world works, man. That's life. We make our choices and we live with them, unfortunately. And I'm one to. I definitely have experience with that. I think we all do. And here we are. So thanks for watching, guys. Sorry if I just ramble with the Lennon videos. He inspires me to talk a lot and just actually think about things, be critical, and I appreciate that about his music. That it just makes me dig deeper. And that's the whole point of this thing, is to become better people and actually be open and talk about things, because we like to hide, and just think we're alone and no one will listen. But if you actually talk about things, hopefully someone will listen. I'm not saying they will, but hopefully that's what they should do. We've kind of lost a lot of decency, I feel like, as a culture, so we've got a lot of work to do, but it's definitely achievable. And I actually kind of have hope for us. I just hope it all works out, but the way it's looking, it's going to be a rough patch to get there, so just be ready. Thanks, guys. Patreon right there. Whoa. Oh, no, it got me. Wow, it finally got me for once. There is a link in the description. There's a rule list for requesting through PayPal, Patreon, all that. Just if you look at the Patreon page, it's there. Yeah, we'd love to have you on the Discord server. That's for patrons only. There's tons of Beatles videos. I've got 3 full albums, 2 half albums done, like album size or whatever. And yeah, we'd love to have you. See you later. Adios. Go.